because Birthday Dance has done so good, you're like, let me create more dance records?
What's crazy is that's always I just like energetic, dynamic songs. So, I feel like I in a way got lucky because that's what I wanted to do anyways.
Woo! It's your boy Mawan here at LITT Live. We're in the Fallout Shelter. We're underground. We had to, man, this is a real special moment. I was just saying how we have been behind this man for a minute now,
Hey.
but the record is taking off. Josh Levi, how are you doing?
What's up, man? Happy to be here and feeling good, man. Blessed. Can't complain. Can't complain.
I know you're feeling good because I didn't get your name wrong, and I was going
Yes.
to. How often does that happen? I gotta ask you. That was my first thing I wanted to ask.
Bro, I don't know why people see Levi and think Levy.
I thought it was
Levi.
I
There's
just kept
Levy, Levy. It's a Jewish name, but Levi, how it's spelled in my name is like the G. So
Yeah.
it's just Josh Levi. But I get that all the time.
I imagine, and I'm really bad with names. Like
Really?
historically, like Wacotron, I was like one of my first interviews. I kept saying Wackotron.
Oh, no.
And I what happens in my head is once my brain programs like, all right, it's Josh Levy. That's what my brain programmed.
Yeah.
And then when I started doing like my next layer of research on you, I'm listening to you do interviews, and you're like, this is Josh Levi. Then I'm like, shit. So I was wondering how often. So that does happen a lot.
Every now and then, yeah.
Yeah.
And then some people will just know the gene, the worldwide gene
Yeah.
company, and say Levi.
Hey, you know what? Levi's gonna have to pay the bag up soon.
Yeah, no, I have some friends over at Levi. We're working on something in the future for sure.
I love that. I love that. Well, man, you have an illustrious career. You've had an incredible journey, like over 10 years in entertainment. You've seen a lot of ups and downs, but we're talking about an up right now.
Hey.
That Birthday Dance.
Hey, man, yes.
That record is going crazy.
Yeah, bro, it's pretty surreal. I'm happy to be here, man. Like, I believed in this song from day one, so.
You felt it from day one, like this is the one that's going to catapult this next chapter?
Well, you never know which song is going to be, and I don't like to think in that way anymore of like, this is the hit that's going to change my life. I don't really approach my music that way, but I know when something feels special, and I know when something feels like it will connect with a lot of people. That's more so what I felt about this song from day one. I knew there's receipts, proof, evidence of me texting it to my team group chat and A&R group chat, and just people being like, yo, I think this song will surprise people and make people smile and dance. I really do think it's special. And then in the beginning, there was people on my team that was just like, we're not feeling it, Josh, or it's not really hitting like you're saying it is. But I fought for it, and to see people doing their little dance and celebrating themselves and getting on their feet all around the world has been the biggest blessing. It feels good.
Wow, you've had blessings, bro. You've been on stage. You performed in front of Simon Cowell. Yeah. You have acted with Michael B. Jordan. Like you have done so many things, but does this feel like your greatest blessing? You feel like
it's hard to measure blessings. They're all I'm grateful for it all, but hearing my song on the radio, it's a dream come true. Yeah, I can't even lie.
And you did it the right way. Not that it's pretty transparent now, like the Grammys and everything in entertainment and not just music and movies. A lot of it is like pay for play, right? Like a lot of times when records, like when records blow up, a lot of times it's not necessarily that the label are the artist paid to have it played, but the artist paid for the exposure. Sure. They paid to be on Complex and into the places. Yeah. Birthday Dance really just blew up off of people loving the energy of it.
Yep, it was completely organic, and that's all I could ever want, man. I don't want to be the type of artist that people can snuff out like, they paid for this or whatever, but I want to earn, my position and in my place. So it was kind of like a happy accident. It just happened.
I love that happy accident. Yeah. You know why too? I think it was really important that happened. There's a really tough thing in music specifically, especially in the R&B and hip hop realm, where outsiders are like anybody who is known for doing anything else. It's really hard to be accepted in the hip hop and R&B world. I was talking to who's that? Deshaun Jordan. He's a skateboarder, world class skater. Cool. Like competes for U.S. in the Olympics and all that. Makes some great music, but one of his challenges, same challenge that Damian Lillard had, same challenge that Jamie Foxx had. Yep. Like really hard when you're known for one world or one thing to really get accepted. So I'm glad that Birthday Dance did what it did organically. Yeah. Because now it's like nobody can ever. You know how people still bring up Degrassi with Drake. It's like no one can bring up Friday Night Lights. You're like, bro, this organically. There's billions of people who are fucking with this record. So I'm so glad.
No, it's a blessing, bro. It's I love that people are. The weird thing is people know me for different things, and I always find that interesting / funny.
Yeah, it might be the X Factor. It might be Friday Night Lights.
I also was in a Pixar movie, Turning Red, which was Oscar and Grammy nominated. It was a huge movie, but that's like a lot of people's favorite thing about me. But
Turning Red though is just your voice, right?
Yep, it was just
people recognize you from the voice acting.
I don't know how. I don't know. The math is.
I mean, you got a recognizable voice. You know what I mean? You definitely got a great voice.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Yes, it's just a bunch of different things, but the fact that Birthday Dance is like one of the center pieces of people's my face with a thing that I've done is I'm happy because it's something that I created that I'm proud of, and I'm just adding or doing my part in R&B, which I take pride in.
Absolutely, man. And you get I'm thoroughly impressed because it's rare that anybody, even like Marlon Wayans once brought it up, how like every actor wants to sing and every singer wants to act. Yep. Rarely do people successfully cross over or get accepted into the other realm. And it works the other way. Like when I watch Common in a movie, I'm always like, I can't watch it. Come on, man. You're like the grassroots rapper. I can't watch you be an NBA player. You know?
I think what helps for me too is people don't really know as an actor because I was so young when I did a lot of my acting stuff. I don't even look the same. I think glasses, crooked teeth, and a ball fade. So you would have to be like really look and be like, is that Josh Levi? Yeah. But I know that like it's on the internet and stuff, but I think people are discovering me now more than ever, like every day.
Absolutely. And especially right now.
Yeah. So it's cool to reintroduce myself, but also, make the people proud that have been along the journey from day one.
100%. They have to be so proud. And especially, like, imagine the people, because I'm sure there was hundreds of people who, even from, like, X Factor, which was almost like 10 years ago now, right? Or
something like
that. It was
a
while ago.
A long time
ago. I imagine
over a decade,
Right? So there's probably some people who, from that moment, were just die-hard fans of you.
Sure.
And I imagine they are, like, happier than your parents right now. You know what I mean? How happy they have to be to see
I always get that from people, like, I've loved you, or I've been supporting you since X Factor. I don't think my brain actually computes how crazy that is.
Right?
I just always am grateful that they even stuck around that long. Yeah. But that is a long ass time.
Long ass time, man. But that it really goes to show like your story of perseverance. Yeah. You know, just I mean, shit. If Simon Cowell said anything about me, I'd probably be shook for like my entire life. What's like do you remember something crazy that he said? Was there a Simon Cowell moment for you?
It's kind of like a fever dream, but I remember him calling me a star the first time I walked on stage, and to me, that means a lot. But also, like if someone says that, I don't necessarily place my entire view of myself in one person's opinion of me. So it meant a lot, but I also didn't make Simon like it didn't make or break, how I saw myself. Which on those shows, a lot of people walk on that stage, and if the judges don't see the vision, then they're just like, damn, I don't got it. But I knew going on that stage, which is so crazy because I was 13. Yeah. I knew even then, like, this is just an opportunity. It doesn't dictate who you are or your future or your purpose, but just, take it as it is. And I do remember him saying, like, I don't know, someone just reminded me what he said, but it was something like, I think we're witnessing the next big star, or like, I don't know, something like that.
Wow. And he was right.
Yeah, I guess so.
How
he
lucky,
must have taste.
Hey, how lucky are you that is your Simon moment? I thought your Simon moment when I asked you that was gonna be like, I can't tell you, I would have listened to this in my sleep. You know what I mean? How he always has those like catch lines.
Yeah, no, he's definitely notorious for setting it straight and speaking his mind.
Well, he did. He said he spoke his mind.
Yes,
and he knew what he saw.
Yeah.
I do got to give you a CD. I don't want to forget about this.
Oh, okay.
I was excited about this. I give everybody a CD from my CD collection.
Okay.
I'll go to Amoeba. I still got to buy these damn CDs, Amoeba. No, I bought you this album.
Right now?
Please do. I wanted to give you an album that I really felt like sonically, you don't sound like this, but I felt like it inspired you a lot.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. TLC. Crazy, Sexy, Cool. That's right on. I love the sonics of this album. I think what I love most about this album is the visuals.
Oh yeah,
and like the creative world that they made.
Yeah.
But this is classic, man. I appreciate this.
Of course. I was really stuck between TLC or Usher Confessions.
Great one too.
And I went with the TLC. I just felt like your Usher Confessions was in as a very like rigid R&B box. This was kind of a little bit everywhere.
No, this is cool. I appreciate your train of thought. This is dope. I love this. Yeah, I love this era of music.
Yeah, wasn't it, man? The best. You know what though, Josh? I feel like everybody, like the best era of music is whatever you were listening to when you like first became allowed to listen to your own music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ages like 10 to 20 or something like that.
I think it was kind of shaping of like your first introduction to music. That's why I feel like it feels really special to a lot of people. And then also just like the caliber and quality and the time of music was so different. So it just was, it was special, man. I love that. Like some of the people I really love in that era are Aaliyah and Missy Elliott, Timbaland, Destiny's Child, Boyz II Men is one of my favorites. Brandy, Beyonce. They were just superheroes.
I was looking at the Brandy Full Moon. See, none of my research connected you and Brandy, but my gut was like, he probably fucks with that.
Oh man, if you got me that.
Actually, see, you always gotta trust your gut. You always gotta trust your gut.
This is a lesson. Always trust your gut. This is the TLC is a classic, but if you got me Full Moon, then that just would have just sealed it for you.
Next time.
Yes, next
Well,
time.
what's super cool is you still have an opportunity to work with so many of these folks.
Yeah, man.
And in like a weird sense now, I don't know if you realize it, you could actually help a lot of these folks. Like if Brandy has a new album, Brandy might want, you know what I mean? Your
that would
sound
be a dream.
or something.
That would be a dream. I listen to her every single day, probably.
Still?
Yeah.
To this day?
1000%.
What's your Brandy karaoke song?
Ooh. It's actually like a deep cut. It's called Nothing. It's on Full Moon.
Oh, okay. Yes.
That one is, they have the instrument, the karaoke on there, which surprised me.
What do you mean? It's on the album or like karaoke
YouTube.
bars have it? Oh, okay. So you karaoke this before?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's an actual go-to. A lot of the karaoke bars, they really just go on YouTube. So it just depends on what's on YouTube.
Yeah,
they don't like. It's not like a specific karaoke catalog. They just like if they don't got your song on YouTube, then you're doomed.
I really thought you were gonna say "Wanna Be Down."
That's a good one. I haven't done that one on karaoke. I usually hit Nothing. Have You Ever is great. I love, of course, Full Moon's classic title track. When You Touch Me, probably the one that I listen to the most.
Man, you really love Brandy.
I do, man.
I swear, this morning I was looking at it and I was like, my research, fucking Google, damn Google.
That's why I make it a point to talk about it in interviews.
Yes.
So it's very clear that Josh Levi loves Brandy.
Josh Levi is a Brandy. You know, I call it actually. I've said this to at least two other folks, India, Sean, and Grace Weber. Mm-hmm. There's like a generation of artists now that are like Brandy's babies.
Oh yeah, I mean, I feel like we all are. It's whether or not someone admits it or not.
Like she had such an impact on the sound, like the R&B that we're getting now.
Yeah, we're her sons.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Sure.
You know, and she doesn't, I don't think she gets as much credit for that as she should.
No,
compared to how we do, we do properly credit like Usher, and we do properly credit a lot of the R&B legends, but we don't, like, Brandy isn't discussed as much as she should be.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a part of my agenda, is to always show her as much love as possible. She followed me on Instagram maybe like 3 years ago. That was one of the best days of my life. And then her daughter DM'd me on, I think it was Thanksgiving, and told me that my EP, this Too Scratched Up, was like her favorite right now. So.
No, she said it was Brandy's favorite or her daughter's favorite?
Her daughter DM'd me.
So Brandy's heard it then for sure.
Maybe.
For sure. How old is Brandy's daughter?
Sarah she's probably my age, maybe 20.
Okay. I was hoping she was like 12. So I'm like, the only time she complains in front of Brandy.
Nah. That's why I said maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm sure though. I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, I know she follows me, but I just would love to pick her brain and definitely, of course, collaborate for sure. I have a bunch of songs I could hear her on.
Really? So if you were to have a session with Brandy tonight, you would know what records you'd be like,
to play?
Yeah, I gotta play this.
Yeah, for sure.
I love that.
Like at least 4 or 5. Yeah.
Well, what's so exciting is this next chapter for you. Like, not this next chapter because you've had so many, but now that Birthday Dance is really just, we had 200,000 videos on TikTok generated, like,
yeah, man,
going crazy.
Yeah.
I think a lot of these doors are gonna open, like the Timberlands. You mentioned Timberland. You mentioned Missy.
He showed me love on TikTok too, on live. He heard my song Ego and was like, yeah, that's hard, that's fire.
I would have thought he would have loved the record with Normani if he would have heard
Don't
that
they?
one.
I could hear him vibing with that one.
Yeah, Timbo would definitely love that. But that's I think this is going to be, it's really cool to get to talk to somebody like while it's happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because this is like in real life. Like, as we talk right now, there's 100,000 people, you know what I mean, generating videos or doing something around Birthday Dance. So
yeah, man.
It's really in the moment.
I'm just happy to see people dancing, bro. That's like, that's all. I love adding that to R&B and just bringing energy to the genre and just getting people on their feet, you know. Mm-hmm. Like, there's a time and place for everything, of course, but I think getting people to dance and getting people up feels good in this time. Everyone goes through a lot and it's crazy and it can get just ghetto, but this song is truly, genuinely serves as a purpose just to make people feel good. So,
and it came at a great time, man. Somebody once said, I don't remember who it was. I was talking to somebody about how when Beyonce dropped You Won't Break My Soul. Yeah, when she dropped that and then Drake dropped Honestly, Nevermind.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody, I'm like, man, there's so much dance happening. It might have been somebody from your label, but somebody told me when the economy's bad, the dance music is popping. That's the first thing they said. They literally told me, they're like, yeah, when it's a recession, they said, look back at when like Daft Punk started popping off around their time. They're like, economy was real bad. So I think Birthday Dance is just a perfectly timed moment.
Thanks, man. Perfectly timed. It's so crazy because I made the song maybe 2 years ago. So I think if you really make something that's timeless, it can stand the test of time and live at any moment.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what I'm seeing with this record, which has been really dope because, like I said, I did it some time ago. So
yeah,
the time is now for some reason, and I'm not complaining about it.
What was the day like when you found out that it was happening? That Birthday Dance was like, you were like, oh shit, we got one.
I just screenshotted my phone a bunch of times
because of just notifications.
It was the actual streams, like the metrics, like the scale went like this.
It was happening in real. Oh, it was happening in real time, or
it was a day difference of just like streams like this, and then one day, and then it went like this. You could see it on like the apps of Apple Music and Spotify and stuff.
Yeah, the trackers and analytics.
I remember just being like, "Is this a fluke, or is this is this happening? Is this the moment, or is this just like?" You know, and it never really stopped. So I was just screenshotting it. I was like sending it to my manager and everybody.
Yeah, I always see stuff. Who's the first person you hit up? I'm sorry.
My mom.
Your mom?
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to know. Okay.
I always am like, I think, And I always say I think, because you just never know. But I was like, I think my song is going viral. I think Birthday Dance is going viral. Or I think my streams are going up. Or I think I just gained 1 million this or whatever. And she's like, what? Praise God. Yes. Amen. And I'm like, yeah, it's happening. And then I'll send the screenshots to my manager and my team. And I'm like, yo. And because I see stuff pretty fast. I stay like, tapped in, locked in. So I saw it like it was a day after Halloween.
So you saw it before, not necessarily before your team, but it wasn't like someone from your team called you. You're that tracked in with your numbers.
Oh yeah,
almost like in real time. You caught it.
Yeah, bro. Because I posted a video. I posted the video just on my own. Like it was completely not planned, not calculated. It was Halloween, and I posted a video. I used my song, and then the next day, that's when everything changed. And, I don't think they were really like looking. I didn't have really much going on. Oh, I was doing something really cool, but no one was focused on that. So I just shared it, and they're all like, "Oh wow, this is okay. Well, this is something."
Yeah, yeah.
And it never stopped.
And that moment happening. So I wonder now that that's happened, because you obviously it was for you. It wasn't as far away from the release, but Jid with surround sound dropped it. I remember talking to him. The album did good, and then all of a sudden 2 years later.
That was 2 years ago?
It was almost 2 years.
Wow.
It was almost 2 whole years.
That's crazy. I love that song.
Maybe like a year and a half.
He's a great guy, super nice.
Yeah,
him
super
and his
nice
brother.
I was gonna ask you, for you with that happening, did that change your creative process? Are you now trying to create something specific because Birthday Dance has done so good? You're like, let me create more dance records.
What's crazy is that's always, I just like energetic, dynamic songs. So, I feel like I, in a way, got lucky because that's what I wanted to do anyways, and that's kind of what I was already creating. But I always like to show range. So, Birthday Dance, for example, was the brighter, more feel-good side of my sound, and then I have like edgier stuff and more deep stuff.
Yeah, like Heaven. And
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, you know.
Yeah, I jumped in, man. I'm a R&B fan, so it was very easy for me to jump in to disc 2, to disc 1, to go through everything.
Thank you, man.
So because I would imagine, like, at least me, I came in on shit quick. The second Birthday Dance went viral, I would have called everybody, hey, we're doing another birthday, we're going to the studio tonight. We need something high energy. I need some,
Thankfully, I already had a bunch of just danceable music.
Yeah.
I'm a dancer and I create music from like a dance perspective in a way because I love percussion and I love just like interesting sounds that forces your body to move. So that was kind of already where my head was at.
I love that. That's awesome because then you're already prepared to follow up. You don't have to go manufacture anything.
And like scramble and like we need another, and again, I like to show range, so I know that a lot of people discover me from Birthday Dance, but that's not all that I am. So over the course of these next releases leading up to my debut album, I'm really, really excited to just continue to introduce myself.
Yeah. What's super cool is you get to introduce yourself, but like you still have those core fans.
Yep.
You have people who have been on your journey for 10 years.
OGs.
There's probably some OGs who, I know you say you look different and stuff, but Friday Night Lights, there's probably some of those OGs who you changed their life through that form of art.
Yeah. Maybe, man. If that's the case, then that's shocking. But
yeah, you never know.
That was a jump scare how I looked back then. I was just a small child.
You know what I always wondered? I get to ask you this. I don't get to ask most artists because they don't have those moments. But I always feel like my sister has 2 kids, and one of them wants to be a singer. And I'm like, do not let her sing till she's 18. I always tell my sister the worst thing that can happen to my niece is that something big happens for her in the entertainment realm before she's 18.
Yeah. Because
I feel like kids are too young, and I feel like we're too young to see that much success.
Sure.
Or to even see yourself on Netflix, or to see yourself on TV.
Yeah.
Was that very draining on you, like being in entertainment at such a young age?
I think I was on autopilot.
Really? It didn't
I wanted it. So, you know, I wasn't afraid to like put the work in and kind of accept what it came with. Of course, there was a lot of stuff that was like disappointing and, you know, in some ways traumatizing. I think just putting yourself out there in general is
absolutely
terrifying, and you gotta just want that. It's it's
Mm.
not. It's more than the music. So I would say that was probably the most challenging part is just wearing your heart on your sleeve as an artist and being privy to rejection, ridicule, you know, bullying.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely, bro.
you
Like
know,
to
all of
go on
that.
X Factor at 13, right?
Yeah.
That means there's people on YouTube talking about you.
Yeah,
that means
for sure.
there's a million people who saw you at home and they got something to say about you.
For sure.
That's why, like, I beg my sister, I'm like, do not let my fucking niece do anything yet in the art world or don't let her post it. You know what I mean?
Sure,
don't let her get feedback. So kudos to you that it didn't break you or shake you or anything.
Nah, I mean, it wasn't just easy and sunshine and
must have been tough, right?
But like I said, I wanted it since I was a kid, bro. So I just took what I could and kept it moving, tried to stay focused. I got a great mom that helped me stay sane and like keep my eyes on the prize.
Is she like a momager? Is that what they say? You know what I mean? Like like a mom manager? Is she like that?
Nah, she
tapped in with your life and your career?
No, I mean, she never managed me.
What about when you were a kid? Was she super like?
She was on top of it for sure. Like my mom is the person that drove me to everything, that went to my meetings and stuff for like agents and producers, and she definitely didn't just leave me in a room with strangers as a kid with weirdos. Which is good. So, but what's really cool about my mom is she knew that I was confident enough in myself to allow me to have my own voice. She never like really tried to force a voice for me on my behalf. Like she knew that, okay, like this nigga knows, he sees, he wants it, he does his research, and she just focused on making sure I was sane and didn't, like I said, like the Simon Cowell stuff, like didn't put my whole identity or validation in like any one person or like room or situation or producer. Yeah, because young, you're like impressionable. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I give you kudos, and now I'm gonna give your mom some kudos.
Yeah, shout out to mom.
I might have your mom raise my kids whenever I have kids, man. Because shit, I don't know how an adult can handle that, like being on the X Factor or just any of these things you've done in your career that have been so like in front of people.
Bro, so, even as an adult, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Even as an adult, being on Twitter.
Right.
Posting anything of yourself and the quote tweets, man.
Man, the craziest thing that we do too, I had a clip go like, not viral, I had a clip get like 400,000 views 2 weeks ago. And you get hundreds of good, hey, it's great, that's awesome, blah, blah, blah. Of course, the one comment that someone talked shit.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I was like, you gonna say, what did the guy say? He's like, wannabe ass Nardwuar? And I'm like,
well,
yeah, I'm like, he was right. I love Nardwuar, but I'm like, well, fuck you too. And next thing I know, I was in probably 8 comments back and forth before I realized that the advice I give artists all the time, I couldn't do it myself. Mind you, this is a very minuscule like version of like going viral or success. Nothing near what you did. So I don't know how you do it. Like I would have lost my goddamn mind. And for you, it's been years like this. Yeah, man. It ain't for everybody. And even some days it gets me more than others. But it's a part of the job, man. I'm an artist, and I just am glad that people care enough to have an opinion or to say shit. Like if no one is saying anything about you, then you're not doing anything meaningful or cool or like shifting culture or music in any way. That's very true. I have specific goals of creating a conversation and just like shifting rules and trends and what people say you have to do. So I know that what comes with that is the peanut gallery. And the haters, but you know, I love the haters. That means I'm doing something right. Absolutely, man. It's what did Cat Williams say? He's like, if you don't got haters, you ain't doing shit.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like, hate on this perm. So absolutely, I need to call you next time I sit there. I was going back and forth with this dude to the point where I still know his Instagram handle.
Oh damn!
I was really.
But you gotta just like remember that that's exactly what they want or he wants.
Absolutely.
And you just like playing right into his hand. But
don't
get me wrong. Coach. Sometimes I be wanting to do that too, and I gotta stop myself. And I have those people around me that's just like, it's not, don't do it. But I'd be reading it because I don't like I'm not a doormat, you know. Like I don't. We as people don't like when people you can't just say shit to me.
Yeah.
But you know, it's the internet, bro. It's not in person, so people feel like they can have any voice and they're the most powerful person. I can just say whatever to this person. Yeah. And it's just like, you thought you ate that.
And what's funny is I'm the same person in other situations. Like, I hate Kyrie Irving. I'm a Celtics fan. Okay. So, of course, I'm going to hate Kyrie Irving for the rest of my life. I'm that troll on, like, a Bleacher Report post, shit-talking on Kyrie. But then when the troll comes on my side, I lost it.
It's full circle, then.
I'm telling you, I had that moment. That's why I give you so much kudos for having so many of those different variations of that moment.
Yeah.
From when you were younger. But now we're here. I'm not even going to say the pinnacle. I'm just gonna say you cleared a huge hurdle. Like you have a radio hit. Something.
Can you say that one more time?
You have a radio hit.
Wow.
I stand by this. I want to say it was 2 weeks ago when I noticed it, or maybe it was last week. But I noticed, on the charts there was a new entry that was blazing in there. It was Birthday Dance, and I'd already seen your name, but
y'all hear that?
It was there. Like you're up there with the Key Glock, Let's Go, and all these other big records that are impacting the culture.
Yeah.
It's there.
Wow, man.
And you actually alluded to my next question. Debut album.
Debut album, man. It's the beautiful moment to lead into that, because I'm definitely creating a world with my debut album, and just having this wave of this. You said it. What did you say? Radio hit.
Radio hit. Yeah.
Going into that is just exciting because this song isn't even on the album.
That's what I was gonna ask. Cause cool to me. This too was an album.
That's
like,
what people always say.
This too scratched up was an album. I fully understand, but like Lil Wayne's No Ceilings, those are albums. Like, this was an album, but
however people want to call it, to me it was 2 EPs, one independent with my own money, and the second one with a label. Yeah. And Birthday Dance was on that second EP, so on the deluxe of it, a deluxe at that. So,
but you're not going to carry it into your album.
I mean, you never know.
Maybe the remix,
Yeah. There's definitely a remix possibility.
Is it already recorded? So, you said that kind of conspicuously. Did you already do the remix?
The stems and the instrumental it's out there. So
the remix is formulating. There's people submitting their verses for the remix.
It's out there. So
okay,
you never know.
Okay,
and a remix could definitely for sure carry over to a potential debut album. But as of now, it's already on a deluxe EP. So
yeah,
it's in its world of its own. But people are discovering it every single new day.
Yeah.
So it's cool. I'm taking that energy with me into the album, and I'm really excited, man. It feels special. It feels like I struck gold, and I'm just excited for people to hear everything I've been putting myself into.
Yeah. Well, hey, you struck more than gold. You struck like a type of material I can't even think of, like vibranium or some shit.
Oh, vibranium! I like that.
I'm a big Marvel nerd, but no, you definitely hit something. And I was wondering if your debut album, now that we're talking about it, is it already done? Is this something that you're crafting or you crafted?
It's almost there.
Okay.
I have a lot of records that I really love that I have to start choosing. Mm-hmm. But I'm always creating, so I don't know if I'll ever say I'm done until the people tell me you have to be done. But which they're kind of starting to say that.
The deadline's coming, yeah.
So yeah, but you can only have a debut album one time.
Absolutely.
And I'm pretty ambitious, and I want to be my best. So that just means like creating and like putting, like letting it out as much as possible, and then kind of starting to decide like how are we gonna put this world together. But it's already there. I can hear it.
You keep saying world. You're gonna do like, it's gonna be like an era. You're on your Taylor Swift shit. You're gonna have a whole look. You're gonna have a whole
man.
So we're not doing disc 3. It sounds like you're kind of doing something very new and fresh.
Yeah. It's a new page. Okay. It's a new page, a new era, and definitely a world. Definitely I pride myself on creating, like you were saying, just like the studio, an experience that people can go to, escape to, and just be somewhere else, man, and come out of it feeling like they stepped into like a different world. So that's what the album feels like, and that's the experience I like to create for people.
Yeah. Well, I gotta ask you then. So you were already working, regardless of what would have happened and did happen with Birthday Dance. You were working on this debut album. You've been getting ready for this moment. So Birthday Dance being in this moment and having had this moment, does that expedite you dropping the debut album, or does that push it back? Are you like, let me craft this a little bit more, a little bit differently, or I gotta rush and get this out?
I don't like to rush with anything. I'm a very thought out person, if you can't tell. Almost sometimes. No. I love that about myself. I've learned to like that about myself. So I don't like to really rush anything. I like to like thoroughly give myself time. Birthday Dance, what's so great about it is, like I said, people are discovering it fresh, even though it came out in May of last year.
Almost a whole year, yeah.
But you just said it's a radio hit now, so I think I'm still allowed to like let people experience the song, but I'm definitely itching to like put out the next record, which we have. It's between 2 songs. I'm just deciding that probably over the weekend, honestly.
Oh wow!
But I mean, it's ready, and it's like it's sooner than people think I'll be dropping.
It must be a weird complex. I never thought about that, where you're like ready to go on the next thing. Because I know as an artist, a lot of times when their album drops, for you've been working on it for 3-4 years. You've heard all these records 500 times. Like you're not really excited, or maybe not you, but like the artist is like, oh yep, but I got this new shit. And it's like, bro, you just dropped the album. But it's like, but I got this new shit. That's what you're excited about. For you, even more so, it's like, bro, I put that out last year.
Yeah.
I recorded it 3 years ago.
For sure. No, but I love listening to it. I think it just makes me happy. I haven't gotten tired yet.
Yeah.
But I definitely I listen more than anything to my new stuff.
Of course, it's
everybody,
right?
Like when you catch me with headphones on, it's either brandy or French music or African music or
French music. Album. You speak French?
A little bit.
Vous parlez français? Moi aussi, je parle un peu.
Ok.
Très peu.
Je parle français et anglais.
Okay. Yeah. That's amazing. I wish I would have brought that brandy full moon. Kids, always trust your goddamn gut. But no, I'm glad I got that answer. I was really curious what that does to an artist because I know if Birthday Dance had not happened, you were still gonna be working on this album and doing what you were gonna do. Yeah. But now it's like, wait, hold on, we gotta re-strategize. Like we gotta do another meeting, guys, and talk about it. So it sounds like it didn't really expedite or push the album process back. That's still just gonna naturally happen.
Yeah, if anything, it just excited it and energized it more.
I love that.
Yeah, it just gave it a whole new energy. For sure.
I love that, man. Well, I'm really glad, Josh. I almost said Levy again. I swear to God, it's just like natural. Josh Levi, man. I'm really glad I got to chop it up with you now. Because, like I was saying, this is a rare. It's like catching Ice Spice. You know what I mean? Like As Munch was really dominating the charts. So it's awesome. And a year from now, Josh Levi, I almost said it again. It's so crazy. Josh Levi is not going to be answering our calls. Like in a year from now, man, I'll be lucky to be able to do this again.
If you say Josh Levi, I'll answer.
Yeah.
I'll answer to Levy.
I'm so fucked on that too. I'm gonna forever have Josh Levy in my head. But I mean, that's gonna be a part of your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think after the Levi's partnership, it will become very clear to the masses and to my dumb ass.
Let's try and figure that out.
Yes.
As quick as possible.
Give me last question I gotta ask for you. What's your biggest goal for this year?
Biggest goal for this year.
Now that birthday dance is happening, because I imagine radio hit was a goal of yours.
Yes.
What's the next big goal?
It's always scary saying your goals, but I would love to be number one on urban radio with birthday dance. I would love that. I would love to have just a number one song in general. If it's birthday dance, if it's a song on my album.
I love that, number one.
Yeah.
On the urban charts or all
everywhere.
Charts? Everywhere. You want that?
Yeah. I mean, I love my community and just being on like number one on R&B and hip hop is cool. But anywhere.
Well, it's a grind. It is,
I
remember I actually interviewed Maida probably a year ago. Whenever Maida dropped "Through the Night," her album, I think that was the name of her album too, and the song. But they were coming here to promote "Through the Night." It just went number one last week. Dope. So that was almost a year ago.
Wow.
It was actually, I want to say it was the same day I interviewed Ty. I was talking to Dwight over here about that. It's about a year ago or so. So it from the time that Rock Nation had Maida doing this whole song and dance to it going number one, took a long time.
R&B takes time. So
yeah.
So I'm definitely patient, but like I said, I have faith and I'm ambitious and anything's possible, man. So I definitely I would love to accomplish that for sure.
That number one. Well, I'm excited to chop it up with you again next time. Number one or not, we'll see what the next goal is, and we'll see if you're jaded by then yet. Because I can tell still, a lot of people come in and they're tired. They're like, "Fuck, man," I can tell you're still very excited about all this. Still very
for sure.
For
sure. I'm definitely jaded.
Are you jaded already? Shit. You're doing a good job hiding it, man.
I'm jaded already, but
you're already tired of this shit?
That's not your fault,
You're tired of these goddamn interviews and shows and meet and greets and shit?
Yeah, man. It's a lot, but I love the music part of it, and I love connecting and reaching the people. So it's not your fault, I'm not going to bring the jaded energy to you.
No, of course. I'm glad you didn't, because I get a lot of that jaded energy, you know what I mean? On the radio side, like, we're just a hub of that jaded. People come in and they're like, what do I gotta say? And I'm like, bro, you have a number 5 album out in the world. Why am I happier than you?
Right.
So I'm glad to thank you for putting on a mask, man. You know what I mean? This whole time he's probably like, fuck, I can't wait to go home.
Nah, man. I'm happy to be here. I got a radio hit, like you said.
So. Man, our guy got a radio hit. More on the way.
You
already have a great body of like your foundation that you're building this upon is great, which is so dope. Is if somebody goes back after listening to Birthday Dance, it's not like the other records don't make sense. Like when St. John's Roses went wild, the remix, I was like, shit, that's gonna be tough for the person that discovers this like that fast-paced remix, and the rest of St. John's music was
different.
What his music was like, So it's awesome that you have this foundation, and the world is yours, man.
Thank you, bro.
The world is yours.
To that. Appreciate it.
Josh Levi here at LITT Live. We take pride in talking to people before it's too late, as I always say. We had Billie Eilish's first radio interview.
Oh, fire.
One of Cardi B's first radio interviews. One of Post Malone's. We had Sexy Red in here before she dropped Ski Yee. Wow. And I'm honored to have you. We caught you a little bit late, but I'm honored that we got on the train now. Hey. Josh Levi, thank you so much.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
If someone's discovering you right now, what's the first song they should hear?
Birthday dance, I guess.
That's a great answer.
Cliche?
Yep, cliche. Hey, sometimes 1 + 1 = 2.
Hey, man.
Josh Levi, thank you so much. Yes, LITT Live, your boy Maiwan. Disc 2 is out now, but it sounds like there's some more on the way.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Alrighty, everybody, we're out. Boom. Hell yeah.